Cut the music. Cut everything off. I can't do this. This is ridiculous. What is happening? Why are we here? I'm here again. I wanted one thing. I needed one thing. All I wanted was one thing. That's it. I didn't ask for
All right.
What?
Let's chill out here. You good? Well, I mean, I know you're not good. We'll get into it. For those who don't know and can't tell, Titus is very upset, and he's been upset since Friday night. No, Thursday night. I apologize.
Yep.
So 4 days of misery Titus has suffered through, and a whole NFL season and off season he's about to suffer through apparently too.
Why must
But
the
we're
right
gonna
to
wait
suffer,
on it,
O
aren't
Lord?
we? Wait, do what?
So I was just speaking the Bible. Why must the right to suffer, O Lord? Sorry.
Yeah. So it's draft talk, not the experts. Welcome. Tonight we'll be talking NFL draft. We'll be highlighting the Falcons, rise up, and the Eagles. Titus, is it still your team? Are the Eagles still your team?
It's a toxic relationship, but I love them.
Okay.
Give a lot more than I get.
Feel that.
Yeah.
Maybe you just need to let go.
I can't do it.
What is it?
I'm in too deep.
Let go, let God.
Yeah. Yep. That is the saying. It's a very religious show today.
Team God today.
The devil is busy, I tell you. The devil is busy.
So, first, I guess got note the expert stuff. I'll read the polls tomorrow. Oh, so yeah, we'll do that. So tomorrow, join us. We will be going live as well, talking about the Jordan documentary and on some other stuff too. But we'll be highlighting the Jordan documentary, our reactions on episodes 3 and 4 that are airing tonight, right after this show, pretty much 9 p.m. on ESPN.
We are pretty much the lead-in.
Yeah, we kind of are.
It's kind of dope to be the lead-in.
Yeah, we are your official, non-official lead up to the Last Dance.
I feel we're so official with that.
Yeah, we are.
Absolutely.
So let's get into it.
Let's do it, Levi.
Yeah. So first on the ticker, I guess you could say, or rundown, LSU stacked apparently.
Yo.
Yeah, they broke the record. 14 players drafted.
That's a crazy number.
Yeah.
That's a ridiculous number of people drafted.
Does it still count when your long snapper got drafted?
It has to, because
who drafts a long snapper?
I don't know.
I feel like somebody in cahoots with LSU. It was an LSU alumni in that front office.
Nah,
it was like,
just to make sure they got the record. Just
yeah,
to make sure they get the record.
Yeah, because I don't think anybody's gonna break 14 again.
Nah, it'd take another ridiculously stacked team, and
that's literally over half your team getting.
Yeah, like and drafts like this really highlight how good a team really was in college. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when you look back and you see how many dudes that got picked up, it's like,
Mhm.
yo, that's a crazy roster.
Yeah.
Like I remember the old one where you see the Texas and USC lineups, how many guys they both got drafted when they played each other in the national championship.
Mhm.
It's crazy to think about. But yeah, salute to LSU. This is gonna be going down as one of the greatest teams ever historically, especially if a bulk of these players turn out to be solid NFL players. So salute to y'all for that.
Yeah, Titus salutes you. I do not, but we'll get into that later. I
So
got I
jealous.
got
Don't be
my
jealous.
LSU talk later.
I wish I had a specific LSU player, but we'll get in that later too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so moving on, we're gonna talk steals of the draft. We each
Mm-hmm.
got 5,
Yeah.
4. You
I
got
think it's
5.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 5.
All
I got
right, I
5.
got 5 too. You
Absolutely.
want to go back and forth on this
Yeah, we
one?
can do that.
Yeah. So who you got? Who you got?
My first steal is CD Lamb. Would have loved that. That'd have been great, Howie. Thanks, bro. But nothing.
I wanted to. I wish I could see your reaction because when CeeDee Lamb got drafted by the Cowboys, literally the pick before it was time for the Eagles to pick. Man, I knew you were mad. I
I
knew you were
was
seething.
I was in ruins.
Yeah.
I was in ruins. Absolutely in ruins.
So CeeDee Lamb, a
Yeah.
steal,
It's first steal.
first steal for
I
for
was
Titus.
legitimately gonna break out into Now Behold the Lamb when he got picked by us. I was literally gonna do it. Like, it was gonna be no games played. I had it queued up in my head. I was gonna break right into it. And then it didn't happen.
I've forgotten about that song,
It's a great
but
song.
thanks for
That's
reminding
a
me.
classic church song too.
Yeah, well, it's a
When they hit
classic
the
church drama
when
song
they hit the
too.
whoa when they hit
Yeah,
that section, the breakdown, boy.
yeah. Well, you know how like
Listen.
youth groups or whatever they do the interpretive dance. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's like an Yeah, we
Yeah,
did
yeah.
that, and when I was a
Wait, you did
kid,
an interpretive dance?
yeah. To
I'm amazed by this.
doesn't every church kid do interpretive dances?
Nah,
Isn't even though I'm pretty
nah,
nah.
nah.
Yeah, so
We
we
didn't
did
get
Now
down like
Behold the
that.
Lamb, and then I'm sure if you go on YouTube, type in that song, you'll just get a million
Yeah,
church
I want to play one of
youth
those over the
groups
next
doing
video.
that.
I want to play one of those like as an intro to the show.
Yeah.
Just with no explanation.
You won't
If
even
you
be
know,
able to
you know.
find the official song. There would be
No, yeah,
so
there's too many
many
remakes.
youth
Yeah,
groups doing remakes of it.
that's my favorite thing about like the Christian music scene. It's like there's 8 million remakes,
Yeah,
and the original was probably made in like '78 or something, and it's
exactly.
just been remade a billion times.
Yeah,
It's so much fun.
it's like any Bob Dylan song maybe. Um, you know,
Take your
but
word for it.
my first steal, I'm going to give it to T. Higgins going to
Mm,
Cincinnati, even though this may not really be a quote unquote steal because he was like the last of the top 5 wide
right.
receivers projected to go. Um, he had like 2 or 3 other wide receivers on top of that go before
Yeah,
him.
he did.
And in my personal record
Yes, he
book,
did.
I don't know if we have it up. Me and Titus did a draft podcast leading the day of the draft, but the turnaround was way too quick. We couldn't
Yeah, we
get it up
couldn't.
in
Yeah,
time. So we kind of held on to it. But in that, we give our top 5 wide receivers in the draft. And
yeah,
I named T. Higgins my number 1 wide receiver.
yeah.
Yeah, that may be a surprise to you because I am a Bammer and I put the Clemson guy ahead of the Alabama guys, but that's just because I watched T. Higgins for 3 years destroy our secondary in the
Yeah, it's a
playoffs.
little Stockholm syndrome, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I understand it. I get it
exactly.
though. I get it for sure. Cause I mean, Tiggins is. I think Tiggins is gonna be a very good player.
Yeah.
I think Mina described him as like a lesser AJ Green, but still really
Lesser
good.
AJ Green?
Yeah, she's like the lesser AJ Green gets to play with the real AJ Green.
Yeah.
Just something.
Well,
That's not a bad comp
I
at
mean,
all.
but I don't think that's okay. AJ Green to me, he's more the long speed guy,
Yeah,
and T. Higgins is more of the long. I'm just gonna get it. I'm gonna rip the ball out of
yeah,
your
they'll both
hands.
catch it.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah, they'll
both
both go
catch
get
it.
it. Yeah,
They're
they'll
gonna
both go get
get
it
the
for sure.
50-50 ball.
Yeah,
All right, so CeeDee Lamb, T. Higgins. We've gone wide
yeah.
receivers with our first 2 steals. Who's your second steal?
J.K. Dobbins to the Ravens.
Yes.
This is terrifying to me. If you're like an AFC North fan, you should be afraid of what they're gonna call up with that. Like Lamar, Ingram, J.K. Dobbins,
Mhm.
backfield, and J.K. is a good pass catcher as well.
Yeah.
Like it's a scary, scary offense.
Yeah.
And I like that they're leaning to the fact that we'll just keep getting running backs. We're just gonna keep running,
Exactly.
and you're not gonna do anything about it.
The Baltimore Ravens are going to win their division. Is that
Oh
safe to
yeah,
say?
no, they got that division. I
Yeah,
think
they got
yeah,
that division in the bag.
For sure.
Probably a Super Bowl appearance as well.
It's them,
Maybe.
it's
I mean,
honestly, I feel like it's gonna be them and the Chiefs.
yeah,
That's top two.
Ravens and Chiefs.
They gotta get through that win a playoff game thing.
Yeah,
And if they don't get through it this year, somebody's gotta get fired in that front office or somewhere.
yeah.
But yeah, there's no reason for them to not be 1-2. Them and Chiefs be 1-2 again.
Do you realize in the podcast, in the pre-draft podcast, you threw that scenario out there?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
didn't say J.K. Dobbins. You said Jonathan Taylor, but that was just more of me and you had
Yeah.
J.K.
I think I
Dobbins
said,
like
yeah,
the first.
I said Taylor
Yeah.
or Dobbins. I came back to Dobbins later, but yeah, Taylor was the first one for sure
Yeah,
that I named.
but we also thought that everybody else would. I mean, we thought J.K. Dobbins would already be taken off the board.
Yeah,
I would have
exactly.
taken J.K. I thought he was the number 1 running back in this whole draft.
I would have taken him too,
Yeah,
especially in the second round. A
so
pick right before.
well,
Howie.
that's funny. So I mean, we're kind of thinking the same here. So you did 2 wide receivers, and I'll match your running back to another running back.
Okay, let's go.
Jonathan Taylor to
I
Indianapolis.
like it a lot.
He went
I like it a lot.
middle second round.
Yeah.
Also a spot where we thought he'd already be gone off the board. And he
Right.
goes to a team that has a good offensive line and already has a really good running back too, and
Yep.
Marlon Mack.
And a very good head coach.
Yeah, and a very good head coach too.
I mean,
And you're taking the pressure off Phillip Rivers.
You are.
Yeah.
And you saw what Frank Reich was able to do with LeGarrette Blount
Yeah.
with Philadelphia in that Super Bowl year.
hmm
So, better times in Philadelphia history. You saw what he was able to do with him. What he'll be able to do with Jonathan Taylor in that offense. It's gonna be a wrap.
Yep. Yeah. So Indy is looking good too for
Absolutely.
the Central. So who you got for your third?
I got Lynn Bowden to Oakland. I like Lynn Bowden Jr. a lot. He was like a wide receiver, running back turned quarterback for them because
Mhm.
so many people got hurt, and he's kind of able to do it all. And I like taking a guy like that, so when you get him in the third round, that can do a little bit of everything, and you can just kind of throw people off with that kind of change up. I think it's a very solid pickup for Oakland.
Do you
I
see
like
how
that pick.
big his hands are?
Yeah.
I think he's got the
It's
biggest
freaky.
hands I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen his measures. I haven't seen anybody talking about the size of this guy's hands. But when I saw his draft picture and he was holding a football, the hand was literally the size of the football.
Yeah.
Couldn't see that much pig skin.
It's crazy. Yeah, I think that's a very good sign about them
Yeah.
for sure.
Let's see. Oh, by the way, too, if y'all have any steals in your mind, let
leave
us
a
know
comment.
yours. So you went. What's his name again? I can't remember.
Lynn Bowden Jr.
Yeah, Lynn Bowden Jr., wide receiver. I will match you with another wide receiver. I'm gonna say Denzel Mims to the Jets, and I say this is steal too because a lot of wide receivers were taken before Mims, and
Right.
I would have said, hey, there's a good argument that Mims is better than a lot of these wide receivers.
Yeah.
Also, the Jets in the first round decided to avoid taking a wide receiver that they desperately needed, and they went after offensive lineman, which is also something they need as well. But me, I'm not a big fan of going O-line in the first round. Like, make the flashy pick. And so
I
they
feel
came
that.
back
I
in the
feel
second
that.
round and picked Denzel Mims. So I think that's a pretty good pickup, and maybe you can classify as a steal.
You know what's funny? We have a YouTube comment from my homie David. Shout out to the plug who said Denzel Mims, who had commented Denzel Mims to the Jets as a steal. Yeah,
Nice.
he's a Jets fan, so he's very excited.
So
about
hey,
that.
we on the same wave then.
Exactly. Shout out to the plug. And the thing with the quick story, I forgot. What you said something that had a joke that had a story about, but I forgot, so I'll move on. I legitimately it slipped my mind.
Not the experts.
Yeah. So the Colts make an appearance on my list as well. I got Jacob Eason to the Colts as a steal
Mm-hmm.
because I like that move a lot. I think that's a good future building block, and to get him in the fourth?
Yeah.
Yeah, the fourth round. That's solid.
I think Not the Experts is the biggest like Jacob Eason fan
We
group.
really are.
We've been high on you, Jacob. We want you on the
Yeah, come through,
come
bro.
on the
Come
the
join the
show,
support
man.
group, bro. We
We
got
can
you.
Zoom it,
We
Skype
absolutely
it,
got
whatever,
you.
man. Yeah, represent.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, good steal there.
Yeah,
and then
I mean, he also gets to sit for a year, which is a very, very good thing
yeah.
for his growing process.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets to sit behind Philip. I mean, Philip
You
ain't gonna help him, but he gets to learn from Philip Rivers.
He gets to sit behind 2 really good quarterbacks.
if
and
Jacoby stays.
yeah, if Jacoby
But yeah,
stays,
for
which
sure.
it sounds like they are. Look, Indianapolis made all the hype around. Hey, we want to keep Brissett. Brissett's our guy for the future. So I thought it was kind of a questionable pick.
Yeah.
But apparently, Brissett is a guy you want to have in the quarterback room.
Okay,
Yeah, he's
I
a very
get that.
smart guy, and
Yeah,
he's
I've heard a lot about quarterback rooms in this past week.
yeah, exactly. But he's actually one that will help you
Yeah.
instead of a lot like a lot of other quarterbacks.
Woo! Yeah.
Um,
Sorry, I'm getting riled up again.
so I'll go with Grant Delpit. This is my fourth one.
Yeah.
Grant Delpit to the Browns.
A lot of people were a lot of just people I talked to in general were really hoping the team would end up getting Grant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was really surprising. I thought the dude would have been a projected first round safety,
Yeah.
but apparently he's not
dropped.
that good. Dropped to third round,
I think
second
so.
round.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of crazy. I thought Delpit was one of the best, if not
sure.
the best safety in college football last year.
Yeah, I heard a
Also,
lot
he
about
was on a loaded LSU defense, so that might have, you know, that might
Elevated a
make
little
him
bit,
look
right?
better than he actually is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was a great pickup for the Browns, Grant Delpit.
Yeah. My last one is Chase Claypool from Notre Dame. He's a receiver that the Steelers picked up. He's 6'4", ran a 4.4 with like a 45-inch or 40.5-inch vertical.
Wow.
He is a athletic freak.
He's a tight. What?
He's a receiver.
He's a receiver.
And he went to Pittsburgh. And you know what Pittsburgh does when they draft receivers. You know what happens.
Yeah, they get good.
They get really good. They may or may not get paid, and
Mhm.
then they just recycle it again, start the cycle all over again.
Yeah.
This is just the never-ending cycle with Pittsburgh. I mean, they probably should have got a quarterback too, but hey, just they'll figure it out later. Because I think Ben's kind of done. But
Yeah.
hey,
They'll figure it out.
they'll figure it out. Yeah, they got time.
Maybe Cam Newton.
He's there. He's
Maybe.
there.
Yeah, we'll get to that later too.
Yep.
We'll talk.
That's definitely on the board.
So my last one,
There.
I'm going to be a homer here. Jared Maiden, safety for Alabama.
Yes.
The guy was projected to go as high as the third round and as low as the sixth round. And what round does he go? He goes to in round 20 in the free agent round. Didn't get drafted. Got picked up by a pretty good safety back in his heyday, John Lynch. Jared Maiden with San Francisco.
Yeah.
So with a veteran
Good
DBs,
cosign.
it's good. Good place to grow. Good place to grow there.
Yeah, and I think San Francisco's in a position to be at top of the NFC again
Yeah,
as well.
for sure.
I think they're still up there. I mean, they lost Staley, but immediately replaced him with Joe Staley. Lost Joe Staley to retirement, but immediately replaced him with Trent Williams. Which,
Yeah, that was good.
yeah,
Good
that's
pickup.
You get Trent Williams, you get Trent Williams. And I'm
Yeah.
glad he's free from Washington, by the way. Good for you, Trent.
Mhm.
So salute to that. But yeah,
We got
so I
a
think
Facebook comment.
that-
The Miami Dolphins with the 154th pick got Curtis Weaver. That's their steal.
Okay.
That's from
So-
my Miami Dolphins homer.
You know
Mike.
one of those?
Yeah,
That's what's
I got
up.
2 of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know they had that many fans. Honestly,
yeah.
I know. Well, I didn't. I thought Dolphins fans were so obscure that we never had one listening to this for at least like 6 more months.
Dude,
That's how obscure I thought
Dolphins fans
were.
don't care about their team only when they're. I mean, it's only when they're good they care.
So when
That's
do
about
they
it.
care? If they
Um,
only care when they're good.
Yeah,
They haven't
well, that's a
cared
good
enough.
question.
Like, yeah.
They cared for a little bit last year or 2. Last year was it when they beat the Patriots
That was
last
2
second?
years ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
When the Gronk was when Gronk was playing safety.
Yeah,
on
and
the
my
Hail
boy
Mary,
Kenyon
on the-
Drake
yeah.
took it all the way back to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
house.
yeah.
Yeah, that's when they
Absolutely.
care. Yeah, but shout out to Mike. Hey, I'm
Yeah,
actually
salute
gonna be bringing up the Dolphins later.
Let's get it.
Yeah, he says Dolphins fans till he's a Dolphins fan until he dies.
I respect it for
Yeah.
sure. I think Brian Flores is a solid head coach.
No,
actually,
Brian
so
Flores is
I
a really
really
good
think
head
it's-
coach. There's a bright future down in Miami. No pun intended.
I like what you did there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, was it that much of a pun?
Not really, but I'll let you rock.
Yeah.
I figured I missed it, but I just wanted to salute you for saying no pun intended. I'm like, maybe I missed the
I
pun, so I'm
appreciate
gonna rock
that.
with it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that much.
It's
of a
always
pun,
bright in
but-
Miami though because of the sun.
Exactly.
So we
Yeah.
can spin that. We can spin that, make that work. We can spin that, make that work. We ain't tripping. See, I think those are our draft surprises, right?
Should Miami change their name? Can they change it to like the Sun Dolphins? You know how Arizona State's the Sun Devils?
The
I don't know what a
Dolphins.
Sun Devil is, but I mean, we can just make up a Sun Dolphin.
All right.
And Greer is a great GM. That's what he says.
Great is a strong word.
Yeah,
but
I mean, we don't have room for this right here. Let me just get into it a little.
Go ahead.
Let me
Yeah,
just
go
say
ahead.
this.
Is that what you guys said?
So Mike, I went back today and I was looking at 1 through 7
Yeah.
of what Miami got. I think they were a little under. I don't know. They underperformed a little bit. I think
They had 8 million draft picks.
they
Like,
did. They had a
should've
lot
not-
of draft picks,
yeah.
and this might not have been the best draft to have all those draft picks.
Word.
I kind of think,
Word.
but
And it's just they need so much that it's hard to for them to win. They need at least 2 drafts for them to get right.
yeah, exactly. Which, yeah, they're not going to be, championship contenders
No,
this
no,
year.
no.
But in a couple of years, yes.
They
But
gotta
yeah, they
try.
had some questionable picks that too early. I mean, here, I'll give you this one so I don't look like biased or anything.
Talk about
Raekwon Davis. Y'all got Raekwon Davis in the second round, I think.
Mhm.
Second or third round. That's like three rounds higher than he should have gone. Raekwon Davis is a great athlete. He looks great on paper, but half the time, I think homie just wishes he was playing Fortnite instead of playing football. So
Word.
yeah, y'all got good O line picks too. There's some people who are a little skeptical on those O line picks. I was reading about them. They're like, hey, these are
O-line
good
picks are
projects, but I wouldn't have picked them like this high. You could have signed them in free agency.
O-line picks like so hard to judge
They are.
because like I don't watch any O-line play. You took this dude. Like, all right, whatever. Maybe
Yeah.
it'll be good. Maybe it won't be. I'll
Yeah.
find out. I'll know when he's good and if he's not very soon though.
Mhm.
You'll learn very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to get to the draft surprises now?
Yeah, draft surprises.
All right.
I got 3, so you want me to go
Okay. Yeah,
first?
go
'Cause
ahead,
you
go
got
ahead.
2,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All right, so my first one is we had one running back go in the first round. That's what a lot of people projected. It would go to the 31st pick,
Mhm.
second pick,
31st.
31st.
Yeah. Second
Yeah,
to last.
to
Yeah.
the Chiefs. Yeah. And we
No,
had that
32nd pick's the last pick.
32nd pick.
Yes,
and
32nd.
yeah, so
Yeah.
and it was the Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So
first pick.
32nd pick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the Chiefs picked a running back, and it wasn't the running back any of us expected.
Not at all.
It wasn't DeAndre Swift. It wasn't J.K. Dobbins like me and Titus thought it should be. It
Mm-mm.
wasn't Jonathan Taylor. It was Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who I like to call J.C. Copeland 2.0.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Relax.
Relax.
Why you okay? Why'd you do JC Copeland?
No, that was a compliment for
Oh, okay,
I'm
okay.
complimenting J.C.
Oh,
Copeland.
okay. I was
Because I just remembered J.C. Copeland as a hometown boy, and I'd love J.C. Copeland to be on this show. So shout out
Okay.
J.C. Copeland.
Okay,
And
okay.
we got the same hometown too. Both
Yeah,
moved
I
from
was-
Manchester to LaGrange. That's my boy, J.C.
okay, I didn't know where
Copeland.
you were going with that.
It's my tag him. If you know him, tag him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does remind me of J.C. Copeland because J.C. Copeland was a fullback for LSU,
True.
and he tore up Alabama with the unexpected little fullback dig or, swing pass out to the fullback. So yeah, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I mean, he's really just feel like he's a glorified fullback.
I got to be honest. In everything that was amazing about LSU's offense, I knew the least about him. I was like, I don't remember much from this dude at all.
No, you don't?
Yeah, I really didn't.
He's just a running back that's going to run you over. He's just he's not going to outrun you. He'll
Yeah.
just run you over.
Which I guess is nice. I guess you can still keep Damian Williams with that. if
It's
you're
a
the
good
Chiefs.
compliment.
It's a good, yeah, for sure.
It's
for
a
sure.
good compliment
Yeah.
to the speed. So
And
you got speed and power.
Dobbins and Williams kind of do similar things. So
Yeah.
I think okay, that makes sense. Now
And-
you explain it.
And the good thing about
if y'all
Helaire
wanted to-
too,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
the good thing about Helaire,
Mhm.
and is one of the reasons why I would compare him to a JC Copeland, because of how big he is. JC was a lot bigger than Helaire, weight wise, but for big dudes, they're pretty light on their feet. They
Okay, yeah. I feel you.
they'll surprise you with their athleticism.
Yeah.
So
All right.
yeah.
My surprises were one of my surprises was I went more storyline with this segment with players and storylines. The Packers trying to get Aaron Rodgers out of there.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
after
Ridiculous.
Aaron really recently said, fairly recently said, I would like to be here till I retire in my 40s.
And they
And they're
ruined
like,
that.
That's cool, bro. We're gonna get this quarterback in the first round though. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We're gonna take this Jordan Love dude. That's what we're gonna be.
We're not going to get you a wide receiver that you
No,
need.
no.
We're not going to give you any help on the
No,
offensive line.
no,
No help
no,
on
none of that.
defense. We're not
None
going to
of
help
that.
you with another running back. We're going to help you by giving you another back.
We're gonna give you someone to teach.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do.
That's how we're going to help you.
Each one teach one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was wild.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to get there because I was so numb I'm used to the Packers not doing good things for Aaron.
Mhm.
That's just it's another thing. Aaron needs to exercise more horsepower in the organization. And then I woke up. I'm like, that was so stupid. Why did they do that?
I need all the Green Bay Packer owners, all you owners out there, aka Green Bay Packer fans,
Yeah.
rise up. Start a revolution. Charge Lambeau Field. Get those old heads out of there.
respect
So
it.
you want a new
When they
Green
need
Bay Packer game.
when they need volunteers to plow the field, none of y'all go.
Yeah.
Make them plow their own field.
Yeah,
and put
yeah,
some snow.
exactly.
Yeah, don't show up for
exactly,
that.
man. They're disrespecting
That's
y'all.
a
They came
fact.
out here, got another quarterback.
Traded up for him, by the way.
They
Thank you
traded
for reminding me of that.
traded up for a quarterback that you don't
Bugging.
need. A quarterback that is
Bugging.
a 50. He's a freaking coin flip if he's going to be successful.
Honestly, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can't tell if that dude's going to be good or not. I would have rather
It's
had like
crazy.
Jake Fromm. Go get Jake Fromm in the 7th round. Don't get Bryce Love. I mean, if you just need, backup,
It was weird. That was a really weird pick.
they got
I don't get it.
yeah,
That
but
was yeah.
they're kind of getting I mean, I know we're not going into the whole Howie thing and your Eagles right now, but I would say the
Oh, the
front
Packers and
office
the
kind of
Eagles had the
reminds me of
stupidest
them.
draft. Yeah, yeah, they did the same. It's like they were mirroring each other to see which one could be dumber
Yeah.
at the same
They're
time.
like,
It was
hey,
wild.
we're geniuses at developing quarterbacks.
Yeah.
We had Brett Favre for 20
Yeah.
years, one of the best, to do it. And then we replaced him with the other, like, one of the best, we've seen
Yeah.
at quarterbacks.
And
Yeah.
then they're like, well, you saw what we did with Matt Flynn.
Yeah.
And Deshaun Kaiser.
Yeah.
Did great with them.
And Brett Hundley.
Brett Hundley.
You
That's the
remember
one
Brett
I had.
Hundley?
I'm glad you said it, bro. It's like you went into my head and took the picture out because I had the picture of him in my mind, but I couldn't remember his name.
Really?
And then you said his name. That's
So
perfect.
when they made that pick, I don't know why, a picture of Brett Hundley popped into my mind. When I heard with the 24th pick or whatever pick it was, Green Bay Packers select Jordan Love, I heard Brett Hundley for a second. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you caught that, pulled that out of my head because I legitimately was thinking had his face in my mind and couldn't say it and couldn't get his name out. But yeah.
I think, yeah.
So what's one of your other surprises?
All right, so my second surprise, we mentioned this in the pre-draft podcast also, and it's funny. I was thinking about chopping it up and trying to put it in here because we were so dead set on this. Thomas Dimitroff didn't move up in the draft.
Tommy Trade Up didn't live up to his name. Tommy Trade Up didn't trade up. That was crazy.
And me and you had it like we were saying, stamp it down, guarantee.
Yeah.
Thomas Dimitroff is because he was denying all reports too that he was going to trade up,
and nothing says I'm doing it like a denial.
Exactly.
Dana White taught me that.
And when we got to the 4th pick and the Falcons still hadn't traded for anything, I was so mad because I wanted Young or Okuda. I really wanted Okuda, but when I saw that,
yeah, you were up there. I wanted y'all to get Young because I didn't want Young chasing Carson Wentz for a decade.
Yeah,
but then the Eagles gave me bigger things to worry about than that. So yeah, move to the back burner. Yeah.
Who's your second surprise?
My second surprise is the fact that Bill Belichick is apparently trying to tell us that he believes in Jarrett Stidham, and I didn't think anyone outside of his immediate family in Auburn, Alabama, believed Jarrett Stidham could be good. I watched.
Well, you're forgetting Baylor too.
Oh yeah, Baylor. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Waco.
Yeah, I think once out of Waco and Auburn, Alabama, thought he'd be good because I've seen him in both places. In my eye, I don't see it. I don't see what the hype is.
I actually think so. I think Jared Stidham can be good. I'm not saying he can be Tom Brady or he can be one of the top QBs in the in the league.
Yeah,
but look, you can't judge an Auburn quarterback. All right, it's very hard because they play high school football over there in the Plains, and so.
I'm sorry.
Were you gonna have a retort for that?
No. I was gonna say, did you see Malzahn with the hurry up offense thing? Like,
I didn't see it, but I've heard people talking about it.
What a weirdo! Who does that?
Well, I heard the people I heard talking about it. They were more judging his wife than him. They're like, you let your husband, you let Gus do this to your house.
That's also
the
a
inside
fair
of your
point.
house.
That's also a fair point.
Yeah,
needs some design help.
Exactly.
That's awful.
But I think Jared Stidham has potential though.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's weird that I guess Bill Belichick wasn't lying when they say they like Stidham.
Yeah, and I surely thought he was, but
could this be a landing spot for Cam and Jameis?
Well, not Jameis, but
yeah, who knows? We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
My third and final surprise of us is the same person, but for a different reason.
Okay.
Bill Belichick, and it's not even really a surprise. I'm naming this for the irony. Okay. And it was one of my favorite things that I witnessed in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Belichick, night 1, trades his first round pick, says, I don't need it.
Bill.
I don't want it. Get it out of here.
Classic Bill.
Trades back a few spots, is one of the first picks in the 2nd round, and takes the first D2 player off the board, and that is Kyle Duggar. And I want to say shout out to Pat Duggar. Went to school with Pat Duggar at LaGrange College, played basketball there. This is his little brother. Pat, Kyle, if we can get you on the show, if you want to be on the show, because I want to ask, I really want people on the show, because
absolutely,
we
want people on the show.
I want to flex my journalistic abilities, and I'm genuinely interested in people, maybe, and I want to talk to him about it. Like, what's going through his head? What does he think? He's got to know. He's like, this is a Bill Belichick move right here, and this got to be like one of the best places for him to grow and develop.
Oh
too.
yeah. For sure. Salute to that. Yeah, I think Belichick did the most with this draft. Like, And I was trying to think, did it stand out because they're not like they don't. This is like seems to be a rebuilding phase with the Patriots, or is it just Belichick being extra because he could be like Belichick is trying to flex his "I'm the smartest person in football" muscle with his draft picks?
Mhm.
Because I don't know what the line is there. I
Yeah.
thought he did a lot. I just know if it doesn't work
It
out, it's gonna get really funny,
Yeah, you
and
say
I
he's
am
doing
here
a
for the
lot.
jokes.
I say he's doing the least. And this is what Bill Belichick does, and it really is a lot because we've seen the pictures of him out in the rain, watching a
I
D3
saw that.
football
Yeah,
player work
yeah,
out. But hey, he's gonna find talent though, and he's gonna find
he
it.
will.
He's saving Robert Kraft money too at the same
Yeah,
time while
we'll
he
see how
does
this
it.
goes. We'll see how this works out because I'm very curious to see what happens with them.
Yeah.
It could be a train wreck, or it could, be
I'm
another
not
Belichick
doubting
season.
Bill Belichick.
And
That's what I want to
the
say.
thing
I'm
is,
not
they're in the
putting that
AFC
out there.
East, and David, you my boy, but you know the truth. Like as a Jets fan, anyone can win that division. And it's probably gonna be the Patriots. It's the only one that's been smart the last 30 years, however long. So
Yeah.
still got a chance.
Or this may be tanking for Tua season for the Patriots. Who knows?
Thank you for
Tanking for Trevor. My
Trevor.
bad.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Oh,
We'll see what's up.
my boy Brax chimed in. Who played on LC's basketball team
Okay.
with Pat
Yeah, yeah.
Duggar, and he said Patrick Duggar was the Shaq of LC, and I will agree with that.
It was like that.
Pat Duggar was a beast. Should have been a defensive end.
I-
He should be in the NFL. Who knows? Pat Duggar may be in the NFL in a couple of seasons on the Patriots because Pat Duggar is just going to show up to
Mhm.
the practice facility
Yeah.
one day to say what's up to Kyle, and
And
Bill's
Bill's
going to pull
gonna
Kyle to the side and say, "Hey, who's that dude over there?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, that's my big bro Pat." Oh, really? Does he have any give him your cleats. He'll find some cleats for him, make him run a 40-yard dash and do a few bench rep presses, and
I
he'll be
wouldn't
signing a contract later that night.
You know what? That wouldn't surprise me actually.
Yeah, and then my boy Frog, he got dunked on by Pat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
It's honor.
in
That's
a
an honor.
scrimmage.
It's an honor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go through the
Some
and we got to take Jameis is going to the Saints. That's not a
take.
bad
That's
take.
not a take. Did you not see that today?
Wait, no, I didn't see it.
Oh, yeah,
Wait,
it's
he's actually
reported.
going to
Yeah,
the Saints?
yeah. It's like just about all but signed.
What? I
Yeah,
didn't
that's
see
why-
any of
oh.
this. I've been on the computer all
wondering-
day
I was
looking up
wondering why you-
NFL and draft stuff. I didn't know that was a thing.
Where James is gonna go? I'm like, well, we know where he's gonna go, but I thought you knew. Okay, that's what happened.
But they got Taysom Hill, bro.
And we all know what that is. We all know what that was. Yeah.
Yeah, we know what that is.
Exactly.
Man, that doesn't surprise me though. Like,
I mean, he has a good rapport with their defense already. Like he has a great rapport with their defense. He's got a good rapport with the offense.
is he just
so.
going to be out there in defense throwing balls to the defensive backs, like for them to work
He
on
would
their
be
catching?
good for ball drills for sure.
Yeah.
Defensive back ball drills. Yeah, he's definitely be good for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like that.
Salute.
And
And the report is he took less money to go there to learn behind Breeze and learn from Sean Payton.
less money from who?
Pittsburgh had an offer on the table as well.
No. Oh.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh offered him more, but he took less to go there. I think that was a report that I saw.
So, yeah, Levi, not the expert on Winston. Duh. I mean, that's the show. But I'm mad at myself for not knowing
That's
that. Like,
perfect,
how'd
yeah.
that not pop up in my feed? Like,
yeah, I legit thought you had seen it. That's what we were gonna talk about with the
yeah,
Jameis, but
Apple slacking because they should have heard me earlier today when I was.
Yeah,
I
with
mean,
the Bluetooth.
don't they
Bluetooth's
listen
supposed
to
listen
me?
that. They're supposed to be listening to that for sure.
Yeah,
Siri
or
lets you down.
Facebook.
Siri absolutely lets you down.
Yeah. So,
games.
yeah, that's our surprises though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to our I want to have a discussion about 'cause this came up a lot. This comes up a lot during the draft.
Mhm.
Best player versus what team needs in the draft. Because a lot of people, I had someone telling me that the Falcons should have drafted CeeDee Lamb, and I'm like,
I heard that too.
no, I'm like, there's no room for him there. There's really not. With Julio and Sanu, that was just, I mean, not Sanu. With Julio and Ridley, that'd been a little overkill. You don't need. They have other things they need to take care of,
Mhm.
which made me think about. But they're like, you just take the best player on the board, and I'm like, that doesn't apply to them specifically.
Mhm.
Which is why I think the best player versus team needs thing. I think people say it blanket and try and make it like just the rule, and I don't think that can be the rule because if you have other needs in more vital areas, you need to address those.
Mhm.
So I think it depends on your position, right? But I think the Chiefs can go team need. I mean, can go best player available because they're the Chiefs and they're in the Super Bowl. The Ravens could do that. Teams that are like towards that elite level and already have established a status quo of where they have and just need more time, or whatever. Then you can take the best player available.
Yeah.
That doesn't work for everybody though. It's not a
Mhm.
blanket rule. Philly, not a blanket rule. You don't just take the best player. Whew.
I like how you wanted to have this discussion with me when I'm a freaking Falcons fan, and I know all about this. 2 years ago, we took Calvin Ridley in the first round of the draft.
I
And
still like
we
that
could
move.
have handled like 6 other.
So,
You know, I don't know. I really liked it back then. I was
Yeah.
all for it, and I've
Mhm.
been all for it. But this draft has actually made me change my position on it because a draft like this, where you had 20 guys, like 20 wide
Yeah.
receivers who
Yeah.
are NFL ready,
That's fair.
we could have just added on, and we had Sanu. Sanu was doing good for us.
I think that's why I like the Ridley. I thought it made it a much more scary threat to have Sanu and Ridley.
Yeah,
And
I guess it's
Julio.
teaching
But
us a
yeah, I
lesson
get you.
too, because you can't spread. I mean,
You're
when
not
you
wrong.
had Sanu and Julio out there,
Yeah.
Calvin wasn't getting any love, so they had
Right.
to let go of Sanu in order to.
And I mean, they got a second round pick for Sanu,
yeah,
which is
that's
still
true
kind
too.
of crazy that
Yeah,
they were able to pull that off. That Bill gave that up, but
yeah.
yeah. That's where I stand. Where do you stand with that? So you kind of stand on the
It really does depend.
yeah.
Now, I guess in opposite to this, like San Francisco, for instance,
Right.
they had 2 first round picks this year, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Did they? I mean, it seems like they went more with team needs than
Yeah, because they still have
best
a couple
player
things they could-
available.
yeah, that's things they could fill, spots they could fill. I
Yeah,
think.
but
Yeah.
think about how much scarier it would have been if they would have just added on to something they didn't need. Which, okay, I take that back because actually Javon Kinlaw, their first pick, you can make a pretty good argument they don't need to add on to that defensive line.
No, I think they do because remember they lost Buckner.
That's true.
They lost Buckner.
That is
and
true.
I think you can never have, in a way, I don't think you can never have enough defensive linemen because you can
Yeah.
just rotate those guys in and out and you
Yeah.
keep that pass rush going. That's
Exactly.
what that Giants team that won the Super Bowl. That's what they had. They just had constant pass rush coming at you.
Yeah.
I think the Jaguars had that with their defense. The time Philly, when Howie Roseman knew what he was doing, we had a defensive line like that. We won a Super Bowl with
Yep.
it.
For that one time that he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah, I
keep going.
know this kills
Keep
you
going.
because the Dallas Cowboys, they jumped on this. You could make a good argument. Hey, they don't need more wide receivers. They're pretty good with Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup.
They were just fine.
And then they go out, get CeeDee Lamb
How long must the righteous suffer?
right before the Eagles. You got anything else on this?
Nope.
Best
No, I
player
just wanted to
versus
see
team
you. I just
needs?
wanted to kind of pick your brain on that.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I'm the same way.
yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I do love a good trade up. I think
I do
I
too.
might just be like the fact that someone's bold enough to trade up to get somebody that I like so much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know because I don't. Well, I've seen it happen with us before, but only like briefly. But yeah, I like it.
That
Yeah,
that explains my love-hate relationship with
Tommy trade up.
Tommy Trade Up.
I love that. I want that nickname to pop off. For
Tommy Trade
Dimitrov.
Up.
I want it to pop off. Tommy trade up.
Yeah.
Y'all refer to him as that from now on, please. Thank you.
Yes.
Credit NTE for that too, because we came up with that. So yeah, I think that covers that. We are rolling today too.
Yeah, we
by
are.
the way. So let's get into our expert of the week. Do you want to go first? Or
Do you want me to go first?
I'll go.
I mean, I can
I'll
go.
go first. I'll go
All right,
first.
you
it's
got.
fine. My expert of the week is actually a throwback to episode 0, Levi.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a throwback. 'Cause
Okay.
Remember when Bill O'Brien was around
Mm-hmm.
and he traded DeAndre Hopkins for a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos?
Yeah.
So, basically, DeAndre Hopkins came out and said that he knew that if he asked for a raise, he would be traded.
Yeah.
DeAndre, that is an expert play. You know why? Because when players ask for a trade, people get mad. And he's wide receivers. There's always stereotype. Oh, he's a diva. He's this and that. And so he didn't ask for a direct trade. He
Mhm.
asked for a raise with 3 years left on his contract. And he just knew that Bill O'Brien was so dumb and so in his own head and had such an ego, he wouldn't try and talk to him. He's like, you know what? Get out of here. I'll trade you for these Cool Ranch Doritos and an off-brand zebra cake. Not even Lil Debbie, some other brand. That's what he did. I'm like, yo, salute to DeAndre Hopkins.
The tasty cakes.
Tasty cakes. That's the one. I couldn't.
Tasty
think of it.
cakes are
He traded
terrible.
that man- He traded that man for tasty cakes. That's crazy.
Couldn't even get Little Debbie.
Nah, couldn't get
the
Lil Debbie.
hostess.
Couldn't get hostess. He
Got,
got
tasty
tasty
cakes.
That's
With
crazy.
a K.
So, yeah, so DeAndre, exactly. Yeah, it does have a
Two
K, right?
Ks,
Yeah, it's crazy. So DeAndre Hopkins, you pulled off a heist, and I love it. I'm happy for you. I love how you did that.
Mhm.
I watched a show called Suits, and Harvey Specter, he always says, it's a show about it's a lawyer show, right?
Yeah.
So Harvey Specter always says, you play the man. I don't play the situation, I play the man. He played the man, and Bill O'Brien fell right into the bait and traded him. He didn't have no leverage, bro. He had 3 years left on his deal. That's no leverage. That is no leverage. And instead of talking to him, Bill's like, get out of here. Go to Arizona for David Johnson. That's a salute to you, DeAndre. You expert of the week, bro. Absolutely.
Expert. Kobe, I see your comment. We'll get to that. Let me write that down. But my expert of the week is.
Shannon.
I'm scared.
Why are you scared, Levi?
Jerry Jones is my expert of the week, Titus. How do you feel about that?
You gonna do this in my face?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it to you. So
you gonna do this on our show?
Jerry Jones.
What you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm doing it
right now.
I'm leaning into this. Yeah, I'm throwing more water on that rain.
Throwing more water on the
that's
rain,
been coming down on you. Yeah, when it rains, it pours.
It be your
so
own.
I'm pouring it on you.
It be your own people.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. You know I love you. It's all for fun.
I don't believe this.
But Jerry Jones is my expert for a few things. Number one, Jerry Jones picked CeeDee Lamb. He took the best wide receiver available off the board, the very pick before it was time for their arch rivals, the Philadelphia Eagles, to pick, knowing they need a wide receiver. Yeah, it was the pick right before.
We picked 21st, didn't we?
I thought the Cowboys were like the pick before y'all.
Let me check.
I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure y'all were the pick.
Continue your praise of
Yeah.
the 800-year-old.
So I'm pretty sure the Cowboys were 20. Y'all were 21. So shout out to Jerry on that. Also, shout out to Jerry. No.
They were 17.
Oh, they were 17?
Yeah, we were 21.
Oh, I thought y'all were.
Yeah.
I thought they were picked.
I had
but they helped
already
though.
seed.
They helped. They saw there were two receivers already taken off the board. They're like, hey, we gotta go get this other wide receiver. All right, yeah, sorry. Second reason is Jerry Jones is a baller. Okay, you people out there, y'all can say whatever y'all want about Jerry Jones and how he manages his team, but you know what? It's his team, and I want you to put yourself in your shoes. You're a billionaire. You get everything you want. You love football. You're passionate about it. You buy a team. And you run the team. Don't let anybody touch that team. It's you. It's your project. It's your baby. Hey, you go out there. You live it up on that yacht, Jerry. That millions of dollars worth yacht. You live it up with your hot wife too, and you make them picks. Cut all the phone lines. It's you making the picks, and that's what Jerry did. Jerry went out to the middle of the ocean on his yacht, which of course he wasn't really in the middle of the ocean, but he was out there. Big balling. Like, I'm surprised it wasn't just.
It's still going on.
I'm surprised it just wasn't him and LeVar Ball on that yacht. Big baller brand, all the way. Miller sponsored Jerry for the draft, apparently.
You done? Is it over?
Shout out to Jerry Jones. Thank you.
He's old as Methuselah. You should be able to.
Expert of the week. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. And so we totally missed something. Oh, or are you going to discuss that later?
What's
Here,
that?
I'll just throw it out here because we can dive into it when we get to your team. But let's throw another surprise out there. Jalen Hurts, yes, he did get drafted in the second round by his truly.
We're absolutely going to talk about that later.
Yeah. And also we'll hit on Panthers. Drafted all defense. Want to know what we thought about it?
They did?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't pay.
Yeah, every pick in the draft for the Panthers was defense.
Left very early in the second round, so I stopped paying attention to anything draft related very early, to be honest, except for how we was doing. Tyler says he's praying for me, and I appreciate that, Tyler. Thank you, because you know I need it right now.
Prayers up.
That. So yeah, that's your expert of the week.
Yeah, that's my expert of the week.
Okay, yeah.
So you got
went all defense. I think they kind of got to retool that defense anyway. The way it's looking.
Yeah.
Last few years, they kind of had to retool, so that makes sense.
I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
What else? What do they really? I mean, they need a wide receiver.
Yeah,
for sure. One or two wide receivers.
One more, because DJ Moore. I think DJ Moore is going to be solid.
Yeah,
just got to get some help for there.
But going all defense, it's fine with me. I mean,
do what you do.
They're pretty straight.
Yeah.
So
yeah. My not the expert of the week. I'm actually giving my not the expert of the week to ESPN for all the sad draft stories.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm glad you brought that up.
Like, every single story was something miserable. I'm like, somebody had to have something happy happen to them at some point. Everybody didn't have to be miserable. It's like everyone got drafted, someone got murdered, or there was drugs involved, or both, or a little bit of everything. It was just like it was too much. Like, it was way too much.
I have a theory.
What's up?
All right. So the big kahunas of the ESPN network, and the NFL network, they had to decide. They're like, hey, how do we do this? How do we get cameras and camera crews into all these people's houses? And how do we decide who gets the camera crew inside their house? And some may say, hey, we sent 100 cameras to 100 of the top, players or
Yeah.
whatever. I don't think so. I think they sent every prospect of this NFL draft, they sent them a little survey, okay?
Yeah.
And pretty much the survey was a test to see if you're good enough to get that camera crew in your house.
Yeah.
So one of the questions on that survey was, have you or anyone you know gone through a tragedy? And a lot of these people had to spice it up. I feel like, people were kind of out here reaching for their tragedy. So, I really hate to disrespect this, but when I heard someone's father, like, it really is sad.
Just don't get specific. Yeah.
Man, how specific?
I said don't get. I don't want to get up.
Well, yeah, you don't want me to get specific. I'm not
Yeah.
going to name the player, but it's the way and how this person passed. Like,
Oh.
that's when I thought we were reaching
Yeah,
here,
reaching.
and I didn't know. So the person slipped in gravel. They slipped in gravel and somehow ended up in the middle of a road. They were in their driveway, slipped in
Oh.
gravel, ended up in the middle of the road, and got ran over.
Wow.
That's a really long
That's
slip. I
incredibly
really
sad.
just imagine somebody slipping for like 50
is-
yards, and then
yeah.
I
I
know
feel like
it's
the
bad
story
that I'm laughing
I feel like
at
it's
that.
described terribly. The story may have been told.
Well, that's
badly.
how it was told.
Yeah, that
it.
might be the issue.
Yeah,
They may have told
it was
that
a
wrong.
freak accident where they
Yeah.
slipped in gravel or they lost their footing in gravel and ended up like in the middle of the road. And I know it's bad to laugh at that. Like, I really don't think like nobody dying is funny, but at the same time, where
You're not
my head
laughing at the
went, I
story.
imagine I was
Yeah.
like, hey, I think this is kind of a reach. Like,
Yeah, you're not laughing at the story. You're laughing at the way they told the story.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then I kind of did imagine too somebody just doing like those ridiculous long like slips,
TV
like
falls?
you know how you see those
Yeah,
people
yeah,
who are
yeah.
running and they fall and it's like the
Yeah.
longest fall ever.
Yeah,
Like that
yeah.
was one of those like longest falls ever.
Word.
But yeah, so that's my theory. You had to have a tragedy or been
you know
involved
what?
in one.
To piggyback off of your theory, you know who owns ESPN?
Who?
Disney. You know who
Mhm.
kills parents in every movie? Disney. There
Yep.
we go. Problem solved.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, man. So yeah, some people comment that they need to work
We
on
are
the
the
tragedies.
experts.
Super work on it. Said they need to work on the tragedies. They can get drafted.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do, man.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what's your not the expert? Of the week?
My not the expert of the week
Mhm.
is again, it'll be a backhanded compliment. Congratulations to all you LSU fans out there. Congratulations to Louisiana State University, Coach O. Go Tigers. Y'all broke the record. You got 14 players drafted. And then on top of that, you had like another 2 or 3 players go undrafted and get signed.
Mhm.
Cool. But also, you got to stick to something. So, yeah, you're the best there ever was. But, let's look. Don't tell me about how great y'all are. And don't argue with me about how you're going to beat Alabama this year because you had 15 people get drafted. And that's actually the opposite of how it works. When you got that many people drafted and you lose over half of your starters on offense and defense, next season's not looking very bright. So I don't know why you're arguing that. It's just a null argument to me. You're contradicting yourself. You're telling me you're the best. You're going to beat us. You're going to keep it up. But you just had over half your team go to the NFL.
This is
Not the experts of the week.
This is the second week in a row you've attacked the fan base and you're not the expert of the week.
Who's the fan base last week?
Auburn.
Yeah.
You went at Auburn last week.
What did I tag him for? I don't
'Cause
retain anything I say.
The basketball player that took
Oh,
the G
yeah,
instead of
Jalen
that.
Green.
Yeah, Jalen Green.
Yeah.
Yeah. You went got on about that.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, Levi.
I like
It
this
is LSU
platform.
sake. I'm sensing. I like to quote a famous R&B artist. I'm sensing a lot of hateration and holleration, all up in the dancery. Feel like you hating a little bit.
You know what? I am hating. I am
think
hating.
You sense the dynasty. I think you're a little worried about the dynasty.
Oh, I'm not worried at all.
I think you are.
Oh, okay.
Back in your mind, you're a little insecure about it.
Nah. When
And you
you're
don't like the fact that there are threats now.
I think it's funny when Coach O is and
I think it's funny how it was one of those.
somebody just chimed in too. Their backup quarterback also got kicked off the team, which is true. So Coach O, man, like he's the one who's really wrapped up into Alabama. He made this all about we're gonna beat Alabama. We're gonna take over the dynasty. Comes in Tuscaloosa, tells his players go over in warm-ups, goes to the section where Alabama has all their, potential recruits sitting. All the players go over there and like are yelling at him like, "Yeah, come to LSU. We got crawfish and a swampy atmosphere. It smells great down here.
And a real tiger.
Come over here. And we got a Bayou Bengal,
which is awesome.
And we got a fan base.
Y'all don't have an elephant.
Our fan base has 10 more teeth than Alabama's fan base. We're better.
It's a lot of teeth. You can do a lot of things with 10 more teeth.
That's not a lot of teeth, actually. Well, it's a lot of teeth in Alabama and LSU fan teeth. Yeah. But anyways, so they're more caught up in it. He's all jacked up on Mountain Dew and yelling like, F Alabama. Like, all right, cool, Coach O, whatever. You got one on us.
He was hired to beat Alabama. That's what he was hired for, because Les Miles didn't do it since 2011.
He was hired to beat Alabama. And in doing that, they had to get somebody that appealed to LSU natives, like Louisiana natives, because Nick Saban's really good at going into Louisiana and taking all y'all's top picks or top recruits. So we're like, hey, man, we got to get a real Louisianan in here and appeal to the families of these guys. He did it. He did it. And I'm not saying that LSU's a one and done, but my main argument, don't argue to me that you're going to beat us next year and throw in the fact y'all had 14 draft picks, and that's why y'all are going to, like, that's not why you're
that's a terrible point.
It's a terrible point. Like, quit waving your flag about how LSU's the next dynasty. Guess what? Alabama, like, for their dynasty to start or whatever, I mean, we had our whole team come back the next year after we won our first national championship. Like, we had a foundation to build upon. You lost all your great players that got you there and your offensive coordinator that got you there. To me, you don't have much of a foundation anymore. You kind of just had a flash in the pan, and that's it. I'm going to leave it there. I'm done with it. Not the expert of the week.
Boy, if they beat y'all this year. They
did. Hey, guess what, LSU?
No, I said if they beat y'all this year.
If they beat us?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, well, I'm going to lose more money because I already got money on it.
The show after that?
Oh.
Woo.
That's going to be a 5-hour show. And it's just going to be me. Like, Titus would have gotten up after 30 minutes of the show. Look, guys, for those who don't know, I did a whole 2-hour podcast by myself after Alabama won a national championship. So imagine how long I go of us losing.
It's an excuse cast when they lose. All the excuses, every single one.
No, it's more of I was right. It's more of hey, I knew this is how they.
Oh yeah,
because I always draw. Yeah,
you're a classic hedger with Alabama.
But I draw up. I know how teams can beat us.
Yeah,
and so I draw up the best scenarios of what teams need to do.
You're kind of like me, to where you overthink yourself into thinking every team can beat your team.
I do that.
Yeah,
except for this year. I mean, I've already thrown out. I think it was last week. I put I'm not an expert, but Alabama's winning the Natty this year, and I'm gonna stand by it.
Interesting. Yeah. All right. Well, those are those segments.
Yeah.
Let's get into this Cam and Jameis discussion.
Yeah, I guess
Jameis is signing to the New Orleans Saints. He's staying in the NFC South, where he has a good rapport with all the defenses there. All the defenses are good with him.
Yeah.
So that's what's up. I'm actually I wonder how that's gonna go for him. I think he saw what happened with Teddy, and Teddy getting signed to a new contract after being there, and I think he knows that's like a good quarterback. That's like a good place for a quarterback to go and kind of rehabilitate their image.
Yeah.
And Teddy didn't need rehabilitating. He just needed to prove that he could play football again after what happened to him. So I think it's a very smart move on his part, which is something, Jameis don't do a lot of
And
those.
Teddy didn't even really prove that he could play football again. So I guess Jameis went. Yeah, but I mean, look.
Watch it.
He's
he probably would win that playoff
game
game
in my head, and it just went out when Teddy Check Down. That's his nickname. Teddy Check Down. Because Teddy Bridgewater, he's gonna get you that 5 yards pass. I'm not saying he's bad at quarterback.
He's got Alex Smith in this game.
Yeah, he has a lot of Alex.
Yeah,
that's what he's just a very conservative quarterback. Yeah. He's a good game manager.
Yeah,
so, I'm not hating on him.
Wrong. No, you're not wrong.
But he's Teddy Check Down.
Yeah, they went with the total opposite. With James. James ain't checking nothing down. I don't think James believes in a check down. Like, I think when they explain
what James doesn't even know what check down means.
I think when they explain to him what a check down is, like, why would I do that? It's like 3 yards. I can get 10.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but you might throw a pick. Yeah, but I might get 10 yards too, though.
Yeah.
That's how the conversation would go. You remember he ate a W? You remember he ate a W that one time?
Yeah. We'll never forget when
That's
he
so
had a W.
disturbing. I'm
Yeah.
still disturbed by that whenever I see it. And then he tried to dap somebody up right after that.
Mm.
They was like, "No, please don't
Yeah,
touch
they're
me.
like,
Yeah,
"Don't
please,
touch
please
me."
don't do this to me right now.
Yeah.
You put your whole hand in your mouth. Relax." Cam, the options looking slim for Cam Newton,
Yeah, they are.
and because LA taking Herbert, which I don't know if they plan on playing him this year, but if they don't, they have Tyrod
They
Taylor
already
there
have a
already.
Tyrod Taylor.
So
Yeah.
it's like we don't necessarily have to put money into Cam. I don't know what's gonna happen with him because I can't think of who needs a starter, and I don't think he wants to be a backup. Like realistically, I mean, Miami.
Who needs a starter and can afford a starting quarterback, a veteran starting quarterback?
Thinking about it, Miami could be an option if they don't want Tua to have to learn from Ryan Fitzpatrick. But they still have Josh Rosen too.
Yeah, they got Josh Rosen, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Tua.
Josh Rosen didn't get to play football though. We all know this by now. Rosen didn't get to start for more than like half a game. It's been that way for the last 2 years.
I don't think they're just gonna cut Rosen though. They're gonna keep him there.
Sure.
Maybe. I don't know.
Miami's a spot. New England, I don't know because I don't know if they were waiting.
New England's the only spot. Like if we're talking realistically, who can afford it and who actually needs a veteran, somebody to come in and start. Also, this is a good one because I did think about them earlier this week. Jacksonville, even though they are really high, they are weirdly high on.
They love Minshew.
Yeah, Minshew
a lot. Yeah,
they like him a lot. He sells tickets. I think that's why. Like he's a good marketer.
I thought Cam would have been. Well, he wasn't available. I feel like it would have been a better option when they were like at the doorstep of being champions. Now they've sold the team off. You might as well stay. I feel like you might as well stay with the young guy.
Yeah,
but it does make sense if they want to sell. Yeah, like I said, move some tickets and appear like they have an offense that anyone wants to be afraid of.
What about? All right, this is kind of a stretch. What about the Rams?
They got so much. I don't think they have.
They afford?
I don't think they have any cap.
Yeah,
I don't think the Rams could afford to sign us.
Yeah.
And not even play football. Like they couldn't sign this podcast. They got so little money over there.
We tell them we can do it for free, and they're like, "Nah. There's probably some costs in there we can't afford."
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's a hidden cost.
Yeah.
You need mics? Nah, we can't afford those.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they can afford us at this point. Chicago was a good option. They took the Nick Foles route, which
they went Nick Foles.
Nah, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Because they have hope. They don't want to just ditch Trubisky, so they had to bring in Foles. Because when you bring in Foles, then you can compete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick, don't lose that competition, bro. I still love you. Don't lose that competition, please. Don't lose to Trubisky. That's like an all-time low.
Maybe somebody else that could start.
What's that?
Or he could go to is the Green Bay Packers. Because Aaron Rodgers just may tell Matt LaFleur and them, "Hey, I'm not doing this anymore."
It doesn't matter, apparently.
Yeah.
Aaron's thoughts don't mean anything. He come to Philly. We're a quarterback factory. Apparently, we develop quarterbacks. What we do now.
Mm-hmm.
Just a couple more segments. Just a couple more segments. All right. I think we're good on that. Y'all let us know what y'all think. I mean, we got a lot of comments say Jacksonville. It seems between Jacksonville, Miami,
it's really,
and New England.
So it's not gonna be Miami. I'm gonna say that. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I think Miami's more of a long shot.
Mm-hmm.
New England can be tricky because of the city and Cam's the way he likes to operate, wearing fur tails and stuff.
Maybe. Well, I mean, it's cold weather up there though, so it gives him an excuse to. He could wear fur coats all year long.
That's a good point.
Up in Boston.
That's a good point.
May actually.
If Cam would come up with a different color fur coat every week, and I would be here for that.
Yeah.
He'd have like a fuchsia fur coat.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be lit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cam to New England, please. I want that now.
Maybe have a special Cam.
And
Cam Chowder.
I need a sound effect of Bill Belichick looking at Cam's like press conference outfits. That's what I need. That's what I mainly need, for sure. But yeah, the thing is, I don't think.
Actually, I think Bill Belichick's gotten to the point. We've seen Bill Belichick this offseason doing things or in places we never thought Bill Belichick would be before. Yeah. Hey, we might see Bill Belichick rocking that fur coat with Cam Newton. True.
Yo, what if Cam bought Bill a fur coat? That would be amazing. I would love that.
That would be awesome.
So Aurelio, my friend Aurelio, says that he's too flashy for Bill. But the thing about that is, the Patriots, like, Bill just signs dudes. Bill had Gronkowski for what, 8 years? And Gronk was like the most not outspoken, but like the most like non-Patriots player ever that didn't go to jail for murder.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So I feel like they can handle that stuff. It just depends on if they want to.
All right, so I'm getting this scenario just popped in my head. Mm-hmm. So say Jameis already apparently been in talks and been signed. Did not
Yes.
know that, but I like this idea too.
What's that?
Okay, because there's no way that Jameis's phone is wet with messages in the inbox right now. While Cam is, I was really weird to say. I went with wet because people say, "Oh, my phone's dry,"
Yeah,
So
that's a good. You know what?
I
That's
guess
fair.
his
That's
phone's
fair.
wet.
That's fair.
Might want to stick it in some rice. It got so wet. But anyways, Cam probably got a text from Bill or from Rob or somebody up there from New England who's like, "Hey Cam, how's it going? We really like you. What do you think about being a Pat?" And Cam texts back, "Yes," but he does it in the weird
in that weird
font.
Cam
And
font, and they got
then he doesn't
confused?
get a text back.
That's a good point.
And it was really just a test the whole time.
That's a good point.
Bill's like, "Let me see what this guy is. Like, let me see what he says." And so
That's
Cam
true.
texts back heck yeah, with in the weird font and little this
And he
emoji.
did his little signature thing.
Yeah,
at the
and then a lot of
bottom.
fists and little 100 emojis, and they're like, "Well,
I think
never
I
mind."
think you figured it out. I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
Actually. I think that might be what happened.
What
They're
if
just- they're just
too,
confused.
like Cam got a bunch of texts from a bunch of teams and he just mass sent, back the whole same reaction, and everybody's like, "Well, this guy, we clearly can't have him being the quarterback of our team.
Word.
I can't
Word.
even tell what he's doing."
No, that's a fact.
And then
I
it
think he did it.
or
Oh, there's more?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I just thought about this too.
Yeah.
What if it took Cam so long to reply back to the text? See, what if Cam and Jameis both got texts from
Oh,
the
and it took him too
Saints
long.
and got texts from the Steelers, and then
They sent out.
Jameis
yeah.
was real quick back with it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be cool. But it took Cam Newton like 3 hours
Okay.
to text
I
back.
can see it.
Yes,
Yeah.
because you got
He
to
had to
search
figure
through
out.
all.
He had to figure all the letters.
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly.
Okay. I
Yeah.
think you got it. All right.
Yeah. So either of those. Cam, hey, let's just, go back with a regular font here.
Please.
How about
For the
that?
love of God, please. Hurts my eyes trying to read this post.
That'd be awesome though if that's really how it
I
went
hope it
down.
is.
Though.
Yeah, I kind of hope that's the truth, honestly. So now we get into the team discussion. As you know, Levi is a Falcons fan. I am an Eagles fan. So we're gonna talk about our team's drafts and what they did.
Mm-hmm.
So, Levi, you would like to talk about the Atlanta
So
Falcons?
any of my Falcons fans out there, please chime in if you want to. But the Falcons, meh, on the draft, okay? That's what I want to say. We had 5 team needs we need to get addressed. That was defensive end, outside linebacker, cornerback, defensive tackle, and offensive guard. You want to take a guess of how many of those needs of the 5 we addressed?
2 out of 5.
You're an expert. Yes,
Oh, I
we
was
got
right.
2 out of
Nice.
5. We addressed 2 out of 5.
Word.
Yeah, so we go with a cornerback, AJ Terrell, who I'm pretty confident would have still been there in the second round if we wanted him. But nah, this guy's so good. We went so Bill Belichick, went so rogue. We had to go get AJ Terrell. So we did. We got Marlon Davidson, who, yes, is a collegiate defensive end, but will not cut it as a collegiate defensive end. So we're going to have to move him D-tackle. He's probably my favorite pick out of all of them.
Okay.
He's second round. He's definitely second round tier guy. And we needed both. I mean, we need all 4 spots,
Yeah.
taken. So I like it. He'll be good at defensive tackle, not at defensive end though. I do like this one too. We got Matt Hennessy, a center. We didn't need a center, but we got an aging one, and we're trying to, establish our offensive line early.
Right.
So, we got a decent offensive line, and we're gonna get good backup prospects
And they
behind them
spent
too.
2 picks on it last year too, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so very non-eventful draft for us, just like last year's was. Which I want to give a shout out to Thomas Dimitrov for that actually, though, because he wasn't going with
Tommy trade up.
yeah, he wasn't going with the shiny objects this time. He was going with needs. We got an inside linebacker.
Okay.
Even though we needed an outside linebacker. We got a safety, which a lot of people are saying was like the best value pick out of the whole draft, pretty much.
Mhm.
Jalen Hawkins. I don't know much about him. I'm gonna have to do some research on him. And then we got a punter on our last one. We
Right.
didn't really need a punter. But so the Falcons, for those who don't know my stance already, this is going to be a very blah year for us. I'm not really that hyped up about it. Tampa Bay,
You're not
I
for
got
another year
one
of Dan
division.
Quinn?
Do what?
You're not excited for another year of Dan Quinn?
As surprising as this may sound, Titus, no, I'm not.
Wow.
I'm not.
Shocker.
uh, yeah, it's whatever, man. We're just very vanilla. Like
Yeah.
Dirt Cutter's vanilla, Dan Quinn's vanilla,
Facts.
we all vanilla. Dude, we're vanilla in like the worst city to be vanilla in, bro.
Honestly, though. That's
I just
facts.
put that together.
Yeah,
we in
that's crazy.
Atlanta, bro.
That's
Like,
crazy.
we got to get more
Y'all gotta get
exciting
some
than
lemon
that.
pepper. Y'all get some lemon pepper about yourselves.
Bro, we
as a
like
franchise.
we like a vanilla. We like, oh, this one, Atlanta Falcons are a Cheerio and a bowl of Cocoa Crisp or something like that.
Dang.
Yeah,
That's
Cocoa
wild.
Puffs.
That's wild.
That's what we are. Like, even the Hawks and the Braves are way more exciting
That's
and
fact.
young than what the Falcons
That's a
are.
fact.
But
you got a comment. Aurelio says that AJ Terrell was definitely not the guy to draft, and he
Yeah.
said that he's a Saints fan saying that. So
yeah,
if anything, he should want y'all to draft somebody who's not good.
yeah, exactly. I agree. AJ Terrell, I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be better. I'm gonna throw this out here. He's gonna be better than Desmond Trufant. It's not saying much, but he'll be better than Desmond Trufant.
Did Trufant make All Pro 1 year? Or did I make that up?
Maybe. No, I don't think. Yeah, he might have.
The
like
Super Bowl year, I feel like he may have. if
everybody
anything.
was on the All-Pro team that Super Bowl year.
They
We were
deserved
on
it.
something, man. Keanu Neal was actually healthy that year too.
He was.
Yeah.
He was.
But
I got you.
there's so many. I would have rather had Kenneth Murray. I wanted Chasu, but I think they got. Did Jax get Chase? Or we should have gotten Chase. No, we could have had Chasu. I think Clavon Chasu.
Oh, you're talking about okay.
Yeah. But there were like 5 different guys I could have named in front of Terrell. You don't go defensive back. So that's what I heard, and it sounds pretty good. If you don't know for sure, he's not like your top 2, top 3 like projected defensive back. You
Right.
don't go defensive back in the first round because that's one of the hardest positions to know if it's going to translate. Because dude, trying to defend a college passing scheme versus an NFL passing scheme, it's 2 totally different
And
different
talent
worlds.
levels.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and talent levels.
talent levels.
So it's kind of hard. But dude, we could have just done so much better. There were defensive linemen that were better than this. There were linebackers better than this. I would have rather us gotten another Titus. I would have rather us gotten another wide receiver.
Sheesh. That's saying a lot.
Yeah, that's
That's
all I
saying a
gotta
lot.
say. Falcons fans, like, don't tell me we're gonna be something this year. I got us going 3rd in the division. We'll finish 3rd.
Third. So who's gonna finish?
Tampa
Saints
Bay
and Tampa Bay?
1, yeah,
Okay.
and New Orleans 2.
Okay.
And both those 2 teams will make the playoffs.
Word. All right then. All
Yeah.
right then. I feel you.
And if the Falcons mediocre their way into the playoffs this year with this new playoff format, I'm gonna be so freaking mad, dude. We better get a top 10 pick next year. That's what I'm hoping on.
Word.
Yeah. All right, Titus.
What's
Here
up?
it is, man.
What's here?
Go ahead, give us your Eagles take. I know you're wet. I'm excited for this. I'm just gonna sit back and listen for this.
Levi. That's why I asked something. So, you know, how I am with the Eagles. You know, I'm an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
So, would you like to know my draft experience? How it
Yeah.
went for me that night?
Yeah.
So we do a cool show, you know, a
Mhm.
nice little show before the draft. I'm working with YouTube trying to get it up. YouTube uploads, it says video can't be processed. Doesn't tell me why. It don't process the video.
Yeah.
That's how the night starts for me.
hmm
He's like, video can't be processed, and just stops it and doesn't load it up. I'm like, okay, whatever. Screw you, YouTube. Thank you for nothing. The draft starts. You know, I'm on the phone. Got a new friend. I was talking to them. They were like, "Oh, you want to watch the draft?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's watch the draft." What's up, homie? Like, you want to watch the draft? Cool, let's watch the draft. So we're watching the draft and everything. I'm like, yeah, I just want the Eagles to get. I'm like, I just want a receiver. And you remember from our show, I did a list of receivers that I wanted.
Yeah. So Titus, we both did like who we wanted. Like
Yep.
in the first round. We just
Yep.
addressed first round.
Yes.
It's like, hey, this is who I really want for the Falcons, and this is who Titus really wants for the Falcons.
Yes.
And Titus put out a whole list of nothing but wide receivers.
All I wanted was a wide receiver.
Yeah.
And I had a hierarchy of receivers. It was a list of receivers.
Mhm.
And I was talking to my friend Leah about it. That's what I was watching the draft with. I'm like, yeah, I just want, I want CeeDee Lamb number 1. And on that show, Levi, I said, we need to trade up to get him.
Mm-hmm.
I said that.
Mm-hmm.
Howie, trade up and get CeeDee Lamb. Those were the words that I said because he didn't trade for anybody during the season. He let Minka go. He let Jalen Ramsey go. I want you to trade up and get CeeDee Lamb because CeeDee Lamb was down 85-2 against LSU. And you know what he was still doing? Snagging balls.
Yep.
Just snatching all of them. Everything was coming his way. He was catching it. They weren't finishing no drives, but you know what? He was fighting. And I loved it. I loved his energy. I loved the little twist thing he does when he catches passes. He does like Pilates in the air to catch passes. That was my guy. I'm a CeeDee Lamb guy. That's who I wanted. And you know that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I know we're going to have to trade up to get him. So the draft is happening. You know, the receivers went a little later than people thought. Rose went first, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
Ruggs was first one off the board. I'm like, that's fine. I'm cool. I'm good with Ruggs being off the board. Judy goes, I'm like, I'm good with that too. Judy's off the board. I'm like, okay, so now we see receivers leaving. Howie, it's time to move on up here. Howie, let's go. Let's move on up. So I'm front. I said, yeah, we got to get CD. I just want CD. I want CD so bad. I'm gonna sing Behold the Lamb if when we draft CD Lamb. And so I'm sitting here watching, waiting. Dallas is up to pick, and then creeping suspicion in my head. I'm like, he's still on the board, and we didn't trade up in front of Dallas.
Mhm.
They're gonna do this to me.
Oh, so you had a feeling?
Yes, I had a feeling about it. They're gonna do this to me.
Because you know why? Because Jerry's the expert of the week. But
Yeah.
anyways, continue.
Like, they're gonna do this to me. And what do I hear? Because I'm walking into work at this time. I'm in work at this time because the draft took 17 hours to do one round, which that's another thing. That's got to stop, guys. This 32 picks for 3 hours or 5 hour thing, you can't do that anymore. That was awful. Please stop. So I'm at work and she goes, "Yep, they took CeeDee Lamb." And I was like, there it is. My nightmare begins. You text me being a good friend at the time, which before you betrayed me today on the show, you text me like, "Are you okay?" And I think I texted back, "I am emotionally distraught," because I was disturbed. I could not. I'm like, they got CeeDee Lamb. They took CeeDee Lamb. I got to watch CeeDee Lamb cook our defense for years. I'm already watching Amari Cooper been cooking us since he got there. That's the only time he's ever like great is when he plays us. And all of a sudden he's a next level player.
Roll Tide.
So then now I got to think about, they got Dak, Zeke, Amari, and CeeDee Lamb on the whole offense. It's like we got one cornerback. We went and got Darius Slay. I'm like, cool. Okay, that's one side. And guess what happened on the other side?
Kobe Robin.
Yeah.
Roman, whatever his name is.
Robbie Coleman.
Coleman.
Yeah, he can get a good pass interference for us. He'll do that much. A good legal one. So, and then I see a tweet, right? This is literally my head. Someone tweeted, they said, CeeDee Lamb is gonna cook the Eagles until my daughter's 25. That's what the tweet said. The exact tweet. I'm like, yeah, pretty much. I ain't even got a daughter, and I fully feel that. It's gonna be 15 years of him just cooking us. So we got one side shut down. The other side, CeeDee's gonna be running wild, doing CeeDee Lamb stuff. So I'm dealing with that. And I'm like, okay, well, our pick's coming up. And Levi, who was next on my list? Do you remember who was next on my list?
Yeah.
LSU guy.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson.
14 LSU players got drafted. Surely we can get one of them, the receiver, who's really, really good. I'm like, okay, well, Justin Jefferson's here. We get him, I'm gonna be all right. Our pick comes. We finally get our pick. Jalen Reagor, TCU. I'm at work like, who? What? They did what? They drafted Aguilar? Is that what you just told me? Because you know what about Jalen Reagor? You know what he had last year?
What?
16% drop rate.
Ooh, that had to be the highest in the draft.
Highest in draft class. Yeah. Highest in his class. I just got rid of Nelson Aguilar. I just got that pain out of my life. And they brought it back in the form of a new dude from TCU. A new, also 5'11", 6-foot guy from TCU who's really fast and can do things but drops passes a lot. So I'm back there again. I'm like, oh, someone's going to do the Aguilar thing again. We'll get rid of one Aguilar, bring another Aguilar. Why are we falling for the same type? What type of Drake and Jamie Foxx stuff is this? Okay, fine. And then I had to watch Justin Jefferson go with the very next pick. I said that too, by the way. When we didn't pick him, I said, who's up next? Leah goes, the Vikings. I said, oh, well, they're going to take Justin Jefferson. I'm going to have to deal with that. So now Justin Jefferson's in Minnesota. CeeDee Lamb's in Dallas. And I'm just here with Jalen Reagor.
Mm-hmm.
So a day goes by. I'm upset for about 24 hours. This draft, first round, was literally my nightmares. I watched Dallas get better. I watched Jerry Jones by himself on a yacht draft better than Harry Roseman, who won a Super Bowl 2 years ago. So I'm coming down from that. I'm reading things, and people are like, yeah, but this thing, they're like, yeah, Reagor's really fast. I think he had the fastest game speed next to Henry Ruggs.
Yeah.
Like, he's really fast. His quarterback at TCU was terrible. And people made up this thing. I was on the Eagles subreddit, right? Because it got divided in there a little bit. And people were like, well, his drops came from because his quarterback wasn't good, so he had concentration drops. A drop is a drop. Catch the ball if it's thrown to you. I don't care what kind of drop it is. Concentration, high concentration, low concentration. The sun was in my eyes.
Wet weather, dry weather.
Any weather. Catch the football. That's your job. Catch the football. I don't want no drops. I just dealt with the drop king. I don't need another one. The man dropped so many passes, he's a meme now. He's a meme. Because the man caught a baby out of a burning building and said, yeah, we was catching the babies. Not like Aguilar. Like, so now we got another one?
Mm-hmm.
They ends in the gar? We got Aguilar and Reagor? That's what we doing?
Yeah.
So round one ends. I'm like, okay, fine. We got Reagor. Out. I'm coming down, trying to deal with that. Round two happens. I go to sleep. Had a delicious meal. We had crab legs yesterday. Delicious. It was lovely. Wow. Seafood boil. Lovely time.
Mm-hmm.
I wake up. I got a text from you. A text from Josh Sperry. And Josh Sperry's text reads, so you want to talk about it or no? And I'm like, talk about what? He's like, the draft. I'm like, I legitimately do not know what happened. What happened? And he goes, y'all drafted Jalen Hurts. I'm like, what do you mean we drafted Jalen Hurts? We have a quarterback. We pay him $30 million. So why did we draft Jalen Hurts? What do you mean we draft Jalen Hurts in the second round? And then, while I'm dealing with that, I find out J.K. Dobbins was the very next pick.
Yep.
The next pick.
Yep.
And Levi, also, what did I say on the podcast that we did, the draft podcast? Didn't I say I'd like to have, if we don't end up getting just a great receiver, I'd like to have J.K. Dobbins to throw him back there with Miles Sanders?
Yeah.
Because Carson, J.K., Miles Sanders on the east side, D-Jack's out wide. You can't go wrong with that. And then to find out we had a chance to get J.K. Dobbins, and we took a quarterback in the second round. So I'm mad, but I'm thinking maybe how we can explain this in a way that makes sense to me. And then I won't be as mad. Because I want to give it, I believe in giving you a chance to, let me hit some water. I'm sorry. Hit water. I'm losing my voice a little bit. Okay, I'm back. So I believe in giving you a chance to speak before I flame you on this show. So I'm like, okay, let me see what Howie says. So I go do my research. Let me go to my notes. Find a Howie quote. Howie goes, because people were like, wait, Carson just got out of the shadow of Nick Foles, because people were still on the Nick, y'all should have kept Nick Foles thing, and he just got out of that shadow fairly recently. So it's like, don't put him in that position again. But no, he drafted a guy in the second round. Then Howie goes, we've shown how we feel about Carson with our actions, with the players we've surrounded him with, and the contract we gave him. We believe this is the guy who can lead us to our Super Bowl, but we see ourselves as quarterback developers. This is who we are. Do it look like we got time to develop quarterbacks? We snuck into the playoffs last year. We didn't deserve to get there, first of all. We're in the worst division in the league, snuck into the playoffs. You talking about developing quarterbacks? Develop a receiver, a running back, a line, a cornerback. We have a quarterback. You're paying him $30 million. $30 million a year. His cap hit is $70 million, Levi. That's the dead cap. 70 mil. So therefore, this is our quarterback of the future. You drafted him. And then on top of that, if you wanted a backup quarterback, James Winston was out there. He was available. He may not have come, but he was available. Could have made an offer. Could have tried it. Didn't attempt it. And also, Nate Sudfeld, the guy who's back up last year.
Yeah.
The guy who couldn't beat out Josh McCown.
Yeah.
Couldn't beat out 40-year-old Josh McCown. I love you, Josh. No offense, but you couldn't beat out Josh McCown, bro. You couldn't beat Josh McCown out. They just re-signed him this offseason. So you re-signed one dude, and then you drafted a dude in the second round because you're quarterback developers. You are not in a position to develop a quarterback. The Super Bowl was 2 years ago. I want another one. Doug Peterson. You see this shirt? This is Super Bowl champion shirt. You know I wore this today, Levi?
Why?
Because Doug Peterson, when we won the Super Bowl, you know what Doug Peterson said?
What is that?
This is the new normal. Get used to this feeling. What is normal about this? You drafted a quarterback in the second round when you have one, and there are other options on the board, and you went with Jalen Hurts, and I like Jalen Hurts. We don't need him. He don't need to be here. We're good. We have enough Jalens. We already had 2. Jalen Mills, draft Jalen Rieger. Now we got 3 Mills.
Yeah.
The three Jalens. Why do we need 3 Jalens? JJJ for what? What's the purpose of that?
Yeah.
You don't need that. J. Jonah Jameson, stop. I hate this. I'm upset. So that's what we do. That's what happens there. I'm like, fine, you know what? Whatever. And Howard Rosen just spitting out word vomit. Just word vomit that don't even make sense. So they asked him, there's a quote that he gave, another thing he said yesterday at this press conference. They asked him about why'd you do this Jalen thing. And he's like, we love it. We believe, these players he has a lot of high value as a player. The player, he didn't call him his name, he said the player has high value. And we want to, take that value and have the assets available and everything, and then turn that into a more valuable thing later down the line. So you drafted a player in the second round on a team that didn't just win the Super Bowl last year, barely made the playoffs. You wasted a second round pick to get someone to trade later for maybe a second round pick in 3 years. I thought we were trying to win. I thought we had a new normal. I'm sorry. I didn't know we were out here rebuilding for the rebuild of the future. I didn't know that's what we were doing in Philadelphia. I thought we wanted championships again. I waited 26 years to get the feeling of a championship. There were times I didn't know if it was going to happen, Levi. And I got that feeling. And I want it again. I want to taste it. I want to love it. I want to know what it's like to win championships again. I want that. And they are not doing that in this draft. They took He's making $30 million a year, Levi. We just signed him last year. We just gave him his big extension. And now you draft someone to be behind him. Yeah. And Howie goes, I think the fans won't want to replace an MVP quarterback with someone else. I don't think they'd be interested in that. They would never fall for that. They just tried to do it a year ago. There were people that were doing that. Who's the most loved person on the team, Levi?
Deshaun Jackson.
The backup, no, on the team.
On the team.
Yeah, the backup quarterback, right?
Yeah.
We just draft one. And what happens when we draft one in the second round? What do people think? oh, maybe that guy should be the starter. He can do
Yeah.
some things. That's
Yeah,
what they say.
it becomes a controversy
Yes,
or a debate.
it's automatic
Yeah.
controversy. And when you pick them in the second round, you are adding to that controversy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. I'm upset. This bothers me. And you know what else bothers me about this, Levi?
What?
There's a report out there that the second round pick that the Eagles wanted to trade up in the draft above the Cowboys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they wouldn't put the second round pick in the package to trade with the Falcons, I believe is what it was. They wouldn't add that second round pick to that trade. They wouldn't add the Jalen Hurts pick to the trade to trade up to get CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah,
they wanted to draft a quarterback so bad that they wouldn't trade the pick to get the best receiver on the board.
And taking into consideration, you still got the likes of Jacob Eason, Jake Fromm.
There were quarterbacks all through this draft to take, bro. Bro, I'd have been good if they drafted Shea Patterson, honestly. Yeah. Like, okay, I mean, I don't think he's going to start, but you know what? It's a decent backup.
Yeah.
And it's like a seventh round pick. He didn't get drafted. Like a late round pick. They could have signed him today and I'd have been fine.
Yeah.
But no, we wasted a second round pick. The only second round pick we had on Jalen Hurts.
And how old is Carson Wentz again? How many
27.
years? Yeah.
27 years old. So we drafting for the future while we trying to win, while we had a new normal of winning championships. Why'd you tell me that, Doug? You told me it was a new normal. I want my new normal, Doug. Y'all better get it right. So I made a list, Levi.
Mm-hmm.
I made a list. So, we also in this draft drafted three wide receivers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You drafted 3 total wide receivers and signed one. I think you had something positive. You said I was overreacting, right?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to get done for me to chime in.
Okay, no, you can go ahead and chime in now.
Yeah, so
I have a point that I'm going to make.
When it gets to the wide receivers, I want to say this.
I'm ready to talk about wide receivers now.
And I'm
ready to get to
I'm
it.
glad we're at a 6 feet distance, so you can't hit me. And I'm glad I've got NT with me. You can't throw anything at me.
Yeah.
And if you do, it's going to be expensive. It's on you.
It's
so that's up to you. But, bro, chill, man. Y'all straight on wide receivers, bro. Like, hey, you did it to yourself because I went back and listened to the podcast today, and I thought you had left Rhaegar out. No, Rhaegar was in your list, and you literally
said... He was down the list.
We'll put... Yeah, it was down there, but you put on there, and I quote, just give me a wide receiver in the first round. I don't care who it is.
But what else did I say?
I want a wide receiver.
What else did I say? I said trade up for CeeDee Lamb.
Well, yeah. Okay, yeah.
That's his priority.
That's his priority. You said, this is what I want. This is what I want the Eagles to do. I mean, did you want them to trade up for Rhaegar too? I mean,
I didn't want.
But you put him on the list.
No, he was on the list of receivers I would take. He was not on my main list. I had 2 lists. My main list was just receivers in general that were on Mel Kiper's board.
Mm-hmm.
And my second list were receivers that I specifically wanted in the order I wanted them
in.
Rhaegar didn't make that. He was on the backup list of the backup list. He was on the list.
But
3.
I mean,
I
wish I had that clip so we could play it right here for the people to see.
I'm not necessarily mad about Rhaegar anymore. Like the Rhaegar thing, I'm not happy about it, but I can deal with that because I do think his skill set apparently is going to be very valuable for us.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm less mad about that. This is the thing with this wide receiver thing. Allow me to retort, Levi.
Mm-hmm.
We drafted 3 wide receivers in one draft, and then we traded for another one. Traded for Marquise Goodwin from San Francisco. So what Howie is telling me is he doesn't trust himself with wide receivers, so he has to pick as many as possible, and maybe I'll get right on one of them. You're a GM. Do your job well. Stop trying to just stack the deck for your own favor. I want you to do your job well, Howie. So would you like to know? Also, we drafted a wide receiver in the second round last year? Were you aware of that fact?
Yeah, I knew that.
J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Would you like to see the list that I made of people who had more yards last year than J.J. Arcega-Whiteside drafted in the same round or lower?
Yeah. Wait, what was that?
I have a list of wide receivers.
I got something.
I have a list of wide receivers drafted in the same round as J.J. Arcega-Whiteside who finished with more yards than him.
Mm-hmm.
Same round or lower than him. Would you like to hear the list?
Yeah, go ahead.
Debo Samuel, A.J. Brown, D.K. Metcalf, Deontay Johnson, Terry McLaurin, Hunter Renfrow, Darius Slayton.
Y'all messed up.
All of them finished with more yards than J.J. Arcega-Whiteside.
Yeah.
Why should I trust Howie with his 30 wide receivers that he drafted this year when he couldn't get one in the second round right?
Yeah.
He messed up the one he had to do.
Yeah.
Would you like to know wide receiver we took in 2017?
Yeah, go ahead.
Matt Collins.
Yeah, y'all don't know wide receivers.
Yeah, so we drafted Matt Collins, right?
Yeah.
He was a 5th round pick. He was a late round pick. He had some skill. He had a skill set, but it wasn't sure what he was gonna do. You know what happened to him?
What?
He's not on the team anymore, Levi. Yeah. He's off the roster. He didn't make it through last season. Levi, every receiver on our squad got hurt last season. We had practice squad players playing wide receiver last year.
Mm-hmm.
Greg Ward was our hero from the practice squad. A former Florida State Peach Bowl quarterback winner was our best wide receiver in the playoffs last year, down the stretch of the season. And Matt Collins couldn't make the team. He got cut before the season ended and he was a draft pick.
Y'all are still straight. Y'all got three in the draft.
Why do I trust him?
And y'all got Marquise.
Why do
Goodwin,
I trust
bro.
him?
But
Why do I trust
I think they're
Howie?
good. Marquise Goodwin is a proven good wide receiver.
And
bro.
another wide receiver. A few years ago, they traded the 3rd round pick for Golden Tate. How'd that work out?
Yeah, that wasn't good. Even though Golden Tate has proven to be a good wide receiver.
He hasn't made
Can the mic
a
pick
good
this up? Did they hear this?
Good. You can play it.
Can I play this? Yeah, I've been
Go ahead, you can
looking.
play it.
I was doing this while.
I can't watch it on TV. 10 minutes a pick, and it's like
Kind of go
just
into
hurry
it.
up, make a
Telling
selection.
you,
I don't have patience.
he's about to
I don't
go
have
into
patience,
it.
but I really don't. Sorry, I can't do watching the draft. So any one of these guys that I name would be the ones that I want. Preferably CeeDee Lamb. We probably can't get him. How we better trade up? Like he better get in the draft, make the trade, get all the way up. Get me a receiver, Howie. Do it. Give me a Howie. Give me a receiver. You didn't give me.
All right, yeah. So that was after you named the list,
Yes.
but I mean, I hear get me a receiver, Howie. He did it, bro. He did what you asked for him to do. I don't know why
asked
you're
for
being
him
so
to
hard
get
on him.
because he's stupid. He drafted a quarterback, Levi.
All right.
That's the main. I told you the Rieger thing. I'm upset about because Justin Jefferson was right there. I think Justin Jefferson was better than Rieger.
Yeah.
And at the time, I didn't know Rieger was Nelson Aguilar. I didn't want another one of those.
Yeah.
He should have known not to take another one of those. We just took it. It didn't work.
I really want to
We lost every game.
I really want to dive into this whole Jalen Hurts thing too, because
Let's stop
I
it.
feel like I mean, it's already almost 8:30.
You know what hurts the most about this draft?
What hurts the most?
Watching Dallas draft better than us with Jerry Jones, 900-year-old Jerry Jones
Expert of
in
the
his
week,
house.
Jerry Jones.
Shut up.
Yeah.
900-year-old Jerry Jones in his house out drafting Howie
On a yacht,
Roseman.
actually.
You know the darkest moment I had
What?
during this draft after the second round, after I saw we picked Jalen Hurts?
What
The
was that?
darkest moment for me was when I thought Chip Kelly was right about you, Howie. I said Chip Kelly was right in my mind. You know how painful that was for me in my head to even think that? I don't believe it necessarily, but I thought it for a
Chip
second.
Kelly that credit.
And it hurt. It hurt me deeply to think that. Because you know I hate Chip Kelly deeply. You know that. You know how I feel about him. You know what he did to my franchise.
Dude, you need this?
Yeah.
There you go. Just calm. Dude, I really want to get in this Jalen Hurts thing, but the
Let's
Last
get into
Dance
that.
literally starts in like 35 minutes though.
We got time.
And I'm like, some people, I haven't seen it yet, Titus.
Who's seen The Last Dance?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? No, they was talking about. Shout out to the
I
plug.
got homework to do to
Shout out
talk
to
about it
plug.
tomorrow, but somebody doesn't have homework.
You can get the Jalen Hurts thing. Just take you can take 10 minutes.
All right, 10 minutes. Well, that's actually in my, I'm not an expert, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
But
cool. I will say the one draft pick that I'm excited about is Kevon Wallace, the safety from Clemson, who the Clemson friends told me is the better of the two safeties they had at Clemson. This is really calming and relaxing.
Yeah.
Better two safeties at Clemson. So like I'm thankful for him. He's a big Brian Dawkins fan. I support that. That's the homie. Shout out to Kevon Wallace. Looking forward to having you on the team.
Yeah. I mean, Titus, I'm with you, man. Like, I mean, my team didn't do what I want them to do too. I mean, I think both of our GMs are a little bit incompetent. But at the same time, I mean, kind of asked for it.
This is what makes it
Kinda
worse for
asked
me.
for it.
This is what makes it worse for me, Levi. And another thing, as they say, this is what makes it worse for me is the fact that you haven't seen Thomas Dimitroff win the Super Bowl. I've seen how he be good at his job. I saw how he rebuild the mess Chip Kelly left in 2 years and build us into a Super Bowl champion with a backup quarterback.
I mean, I saw us go to a Super Bowl.
You did. I saw us win one.
Yeah.
So the taste is different. You proved to me you can do it. So why are we getting cute? Why are we getting cute trying to develop quarterbacks?
Yeah.
Get.
Yeah. No, it was terrible move to the second round. Terrible move. I think he's
Hot. Really high.
Are you done?
I think I got it all out.
Yeah.
I don't feel better though.
We're going to come back to this conversation maybe tomorrow or another later episode because I have more I want to
16%
discuss
drop
with you
rate.
on it. But yeah.
The level of incompetence in that office was staggering.
Do you have a I'm not an expert but?
I do have one actually.
You want to
No,
just
I
go
need- I
ahead
need to
and
relax
let
for a
it out?
second.
Oh, you need to relax for a second?
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, please.
So, yeah, I'm not an expert, but I do love you, Jalen Hurts. I cheer for you. You're the best.
I love you too. Don't
Yeah.
let this rant fool you.
And yeah, don't let the rant fool you, and don't let what I'm about to say, fool you either, or the people out there listening. But I'm tired of getting in the conversations where it sounds like I'm just having to dog Jalen Hurts because I've been a Jalen Hurts fan since day one. I knew about Jalen Hurts before any of y'all knew about Jalen Hurts.
That
Titus
is
can
true.
testify to.
That's true. You sent me
When Jalen
videos.
Hurts was in high school, I was sending him workout videos of Jalen Hurts.
was.
So y'all shut up and don't tell me what I need to know about Jalen Hurts because I know everything I need to know about Jalen Hurts. Also told Titus in Jalen Hurts' true freshman season my correct prediction on what was going to happen with Jalen Hurts playing quarterback, and I said he's a great quarterback, he's a great runner, but the only downside to him is we won't be able to win a national championship if he can't stretch the ball down the field and throw it accurately. What happened?
Deshaun Watson.
That's what happened. He couldn't throw it accurately down the field.
Didn't he score 30-something points on Clemson? And y'all couldn't stop him?
Yeah, but there was also, I can
then.
go back in the tape and I
Okay,
can
then.
show you like 2 or 3 deep balls that would have added more points for us
Okay, I
that
can show
he
you a couple
missed.
interceptions that would have added more points for Clemson, but they didn't happen. That Deshaun Watson threw, but they happened.
All right, yeah, but don't argue. Look, y'all don't argue.
I'm sorry.
Look, I'm tired of hearing the opinion, and I don't think even Titus would give me this opinion, even though it's kind of sounding like you were going to that. Don't give me the opinion, oh, Alabama should have kept Jalen. They would have been better off with Jalen. They would have won a national championship with Jalen. It was so clear they would have done it with Jalen because, Jalen was beating Georgia, and there was no reason for us to put Tua Tagovailoa in the second half, No. So, get out of here with it. He's going to be good. You got to develop him, and you're going to have to put him in the right system and scheme him. And y'all quit making me argue against him, okay? Just don't overhype the man because I hear too many people overhyping him. Just please quit because you're really killing me on the inside.
He did play Clemson better than Tua did, though.
Yeah, but Tua was hurt in that game too.
Oh,
so.
Tua's hurt every time y'all lose. Tua's always hurt.
Yeah, but Tua had just gotten off knee surgery, bro. When we played that,
and get 3 weeks ago.
Oh, guess what? Guess what? Guess what?
What?
Who didn't play in that game? Who didn't play in that game?
Jalen.
Yeah,
Who
and
got y'all to that game?
why couldn't Jalen play in
I
that
don't know who
game?
got y'all to that game though.
Yeah, because Jalen had surgery too.
Okay.
They both had to have surgery.
Okay, but
and
saying-
guess what? Jalen needs
saying
his
the time-
legs.
I'm saying the time that
Jalen's
both
got to
of them-
have his legs. So could we
I'm
throw
just
Jalen
saying.
out there? No,
I'm
he
just
can't
saying.
throw it like on a pinpoint
I'm just
accuracy.
saying, well, both of them were starters.
Yeah, but
Jalen played them better.
I finally heard a professional, like somebody who would claim to be an expert, finally today on one of these ESPN things, and they finally said what I've been saying all year. It was like, oh, you take minus the injuries on Tua, and he's Joe Burrow. He's everything that Joe Burrow's done this year. He won the Heisman. He won the national championship. Quit looking at me like that, Titus, because you're about to have me heated right now.
You deserve it.
I don't, dude.
You tortured me today. You made Jerry Jones expert of the week. This revenge will be.
You're just making me mad on
long-lasting.
purpose because I know deep down, Titus, that you really know. You really know that Tua is a way better talented quarterback. He can spin that ball like no other. He can put it on a dime, and he can
told
read
you.
that prepackaged defense
I told you my
way better
reservations
than
about
anyone
Tua.
else.
I told you my reservations about Tua.
His injuries.
No, I told you I don't know how to judge quarterbacks who are on stacked teams like fairly.
Yeah. So, and
Yeah.
he's okay. Titus is also saying that Joe Burrow is going to be a bust. That was on our podcast that we might put up, our pre-draft podcast. But yeah. Titus also thinks Joe Burrow is going to be a bust.
Not a
He
fan.
called him Busty Burrow too.
I
I don't
did.
think he knew what he was saying. Not Busty.
I don't care. I don't care. None of it matters.
He's the opposite of Busty. Now, if you would have said like Bustin Herbert, like Justin Herbert,
Nah.
I thought that was my one good line in the
I like
podcast.
it.
But yeah, I'm not an expert, but look, don't make me have to like hate on Jalen because I love
I
you,
understand
Jalen.
that.
I think you're gonna be good.
I do understand that.
Yeah,
understand
but
that.
people just hyping him up too much, just like my dad. I was gonna share a funny draft story about my dad, but I'll save that for tomorrow.
Okay.
I got to get home and watch The Last Dance.
Yeah, me too. I watched for the first time
Yeah,
tonight.
Ty's never seen it too.
Never seen it either. Yeah, never before seen.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna report you to the feds. But anyways,
for what? I didn't do anything. Why'd you do that, Takashi? Relax,
Yeah.
relax, Audi Boom. So I'm not an expert, but Avengers Endgame came out 1 year ago, a couple days ago. It was the 1 year anniversary of Avengers Endgame, and that is one of the greatest cinematic experiences of my life. So if you haven't, you should all watch Avengers Endgame again because it's a great movie. And shout out to Marvel, shout out to all. This is so relaxing. Shout out to Marvel. Shout out to Robert Downey Jr. for the 10 years of work he put in to make the Marvel universe, help make the Marvel universe amazing. Salute Kevin Feige, Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, all the other actors in Marvel. Thank you. All right. That's all I got.
Yeah, I'll eventually get around to that. I've never watched it. Last comment chime in we have in here. Burrow to Green is going to be dynamic. No. Burrow to Green and T. Higgins, who I have as the number one wide receiver in that draft class. That will be dynamic. Kobe, you're right. You were just missing the T. Higgins. Because I'm telling you, like, T. Higgins is gonna be good. He's gonna be
Teagan's gonna be very good.
he's gonna be pretty good. Like he's gonna surprise people.
I want him above Rager too, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Rager was
Higgins is definitely a dude like y'all could have, should have, could have, would have gotten, or I can't say would have because y'all didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah. Join us tomorrow night too.
Tomorrow
We
night.
will be here. We're gonna bring back our normal like one gotta go.
yeah.
We're gonna be talking about The Last Dance. I'm also gonna tell y'all a terrible take my father had.
I love
Worst,
the call out.
like
I love
one of the
father
worst
call out.
takes ever. Yeah,
I love
I
the
already
parental
told him
call
I'm going
outs.
to blast him.
Did
Like,
you?
yeah, we had this
Good.
little conversation.
Good.
No, I've never watched the end game, but
Disgusting.
I'm not big into Marvel movies like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So tomorrow we're shooting 5:36, something like that. We'll let y'all know. Yeah, it'll be around 5:36.
Just get the screen ready at 5:30 in case we're live,
Yeah, in case.
and hang out, have it
And
open till
we'll
6.
keep y'all updated
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
Don't forget at NTE Podcast on Twitter,
Mhm.
Facebook,
Mhm.
Instagram.
That's right.
Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts,
Facts.
on Spotify, whichever
Facts.
one.
Subscribe on both actually.
Yeah, and
Boost them.
are we
boost them numbers.
releasing those locked
Oh
podcasts?
yes, we have Lock Podcast. So you guys will be getting the Tiger King Part 1 this week.
Yeah,
because you guys did your job and subscribed.
and we're gonna
I'm
give them
proud
the
of you.
pre-draft podcast.
Yeah, I'll probably
too.
get that out too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll throw
just-
that out too, so you can have that.
Yeah, I might chop
Yeah.
it, make a little video.
Yeah, I'll chop
out
it
of
up. I might just
too.
chop it and like put how wrong we were about stuff out.
Yeah,
Because that'd be fun. That'd be fit the not the expert.
yeah.
So,
we were
we'll do stuff
definitely
like that.
wrong on it. We were right in some things.
We were.
But
We
I mean,
were.
well, a lot of things it's gonna be the future that
Yeah.
we'll know we're right about it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
look out for that. So yeah.
And yeah, so follow us, like I said, on all of our social media platforms at NTE Podcast. Subscribe to us and rate us on YouTube and on Apple Podcasts,
Yeah.
Spotify.
5 stars. Any less 5 stars, we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah, 5 stars. And join us tomorrow
Yeah.
as well.
That's facts.
We got more coming for you.
Shout out to the plug.
Yeah. So thank y'all.
Yes, sir.
Also everybody pray for Titus.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
So and thank you to our friends here at Butler Productions Multimedia. I think that's the first time I've said it correctly on the show because I just botched it. I said it like 20 times the first show and said it wrong every time. But thank you, Clay and Christina. Y'all are the best. And y'all take it easy. Enjoy The Last Dance.
See you tomorrow.
See y'all.
Thank you for watching Not the Experts with Levi Evans and Titus Majors. See you tomorrow.